Alright, hey everybody. So, this is part 2 of our working with backgrounds, GIFs and stuff here. So, we got another picture. I think before the bottom part of the timeline and stuff was cut off, so I'm going to make another video about this and stuff. This is the Battle of the Nile, famous painting sold at Sotheby's recently. And now this would be a good one to show you guys how to do some things with the animation timeline, which is how you can make, GIFs and other moving pictures and stuff. Also want to show you, if you go here to keyboard shortcuts and stuff, so you can change a lot of your settings and stuff with this. So, for me, like, I got brushes, change to F4, and then, F6 is color, I think that's a default one. Layers is F7, that's also a default. Here, I put the timeline, which is the animation timeline. I switched that to F5 because I actually use that quite a lot. But, some of these don't have one. You can also, save your current set of shortcuts into a file, and if you switch computers or use somewhere else, you can always, load those and, play around with it and stuff. But yeah, brushes is F4, and animation timeline is F5, and then like make a new layer, I got that as F12. And then sometimes it's also good to just, brush up on what are the hotkeys, so like layer via copy, layer via cut, Control J, Control Shift J, those are going to be pretty important. So I won't need this yet, but this animation timeline, make stuff by adding frames here, and then you can, change how many seconds, and change out the layers and stuff. But I'll be kind of far along for that in the process here, so just take the lasso tool and we're gonna make some separate layers of these main things that are going on here. So this is the ship, Control J, that's just to copy it, and then you can give that layer a little differential so you know which ones you've done and stuff. Something like exclusion, take it down a little bit. And then you have to go back to this, base layer. When you do the lasso tool or the marquee tool and stuff, just so that it cuts out, from that, not some blank layer or something. So Control J, and then do the same thing on this one. And lasso tool. So we'll take some of these big ships and stuff and get there. We'll actually Control Shift J to cut this out of there. So now make the layer disappear. It's totally gone. Back to the base layer. Let's see. Grab this one. Control Shift J. So I got this pretty well sliced and diced here. And then this is a separate one. We'll take it all like that. It's kind of Control Shift J. And then you can also go Control comma, and that will hide the layer and stuff here. And then let's see if we get this one. As you get farther along too, you can kind of, it's a little easier when the sections become more defined and stuff. Like for instance, this one in the middle now, that's pretty much, just do it like that. Control Shift J. Probably make another sort of backdrop thing too, but these two sections. Now we'll cut this layer in half and stuff. So this is the sort of water, ocean area in the foreground, and Control Shift J. So now split it, and then this is the background now. So you can just hug the edge there. Control Shift J. And these last two, one of which will be last one by itself. There we go. So you take this as a base and a couple sections like this. Let's see here. And you can still cut the shit out of this too. Just Control J to copy it. Kind of take that with this layer. You go Control E to combine them. And then hit S for the clone tool. And then hit the bracket key to make it bigger here. And then kind of go like that. Also, if we hit I, we can get this color here. And then we can go to our brushes and stuff and then just kind of. This is a watercolor brush that I had. And then Control F I got for a new layer and stuff. Let's see. So we might actually. Let's try to get another one of these. Take a few samples from. Yeah, so like this one. Hit I for the eyedropper. We can't go over this with some more watercolor thing, and then that got a little too dark here. So just so we have the sea kind of. Sort of a kind of dusk time, it gets like pink and violet and stuff, so some nice colors. And then the opacity on the watercolor ones is already usually kind of low, so you can also use the smudge tool and stuff to kind of mix these together a little bit, but I don't want to do it too much where it's not really blended and stuff. That's also, they have all the different blend modes, but we'll take it up one more layer. Probably, it's kind of like a golden white, kind of like that. Take it up kind of light here, but this will be a lot of the clouds and stuff. We might have this move, across the way like that, so two or three of them. And this would be one of the things we use for the timeline thing. Also see here with this corner edge, hit E, take the eraser, kind of take that down a little bit just to round it out and stuff, so it doesn't look so whatever. Nature doesn't love a hard edge. Okay. So this would be a good time to take out the roller markers, built every 200 pixels or something. You can also right click and switch, I like to use pixels and stuff because they do a lot of graphic and web design stuff too, but and then you might change the blend mode on these, so pin light is a good one. If you hit control bracket, you can put stuff before or after too. So this is one. Have it like in the middle, and then two. So that spot there. Kind of see this leading edge here. be right there now, and that's the last one. After that, so, and if we get the push of this stuff here, probably bring this up to the front, and we might even just leave it kind of foggy and stuff like that too. So now we'll make another layer, hit bar. This is the rectangle tool and stuff over here. Choose what color you want for the back and stuff. And now everything is kind of got that as a base that it goes off of and stuff. So. And if you put that behind even the seat layer and stuff, you can do some cool things like take that off and maybe just have your ships and stuff you had from the beginning here, or put that on like a super low opacity or something. Kind of helps you manage which things you got. You can also take the opacity on some of the ships in the background. So the one with this is, we want to have that ship and then have it explode and then, kind of like burned out or something afterwards. So probably duplicate this. Take these off. Let's try to get this by itself, and then just take this central part, without the explosion. Control Shift J to cut that out of there. And then now you can use this as like a color burn, so that kind of looks cool as like an after effect or something, right? So I still group those together. There's the other one. Now if we hit V, we can move this back over here. Actually, with this one too, we should probably cut the explosion out of it so that we can have that as a separate layer to make disappear in the timeline and stuff, which is kind of the idea with so it'll have that, and we could have just one more layer, just put like some little flames and stuff coming up off of it, basically just to like that. Sort of simulate after the ship blows up. Sometimes if there was like a powder magazine or a bunch of gunpowder and stuff for the cannons, if an enemy ship hit that part of the ship, then the whole thing would blow up and stuff, which, can obviously be bad news bears and stuff for the people on the ship and stuff, so. Over these, this is a separate layer and stuff too, so I kind of have this sort of, Game Boy Advance, like retro style that I've been kind of perfecting and stuff, so I use this little kind of pixelated thing to, I had X here, so you put these two colors, if you hit X, you can switch between them, which, is helpful. You want to focus on kind of conveying the concept or the idea that you're going for. You don't want to get too bogged down with the technical stuff, so that's why these things can kind of help you a lot, I guess, paying attention, trying to learn that stuff. So this kind of darkens these out a bit, but so this is after the explosion. The kind of hull of the ship that's still there with some flames, which all we'll do is copy this layer and kind of, there we go, we'll just have a little more, kind of that, then we'll go Control C, V, and then I got F2 and 3, it's just, it flips it on there. Horizontal or vertical axis and stuff, so but you don't really have to move it that far. In fact, this one, this would be better to just duplicate it, and then if you hit Control T to free transform it, so you can just kind of like smush it a little bit or something, and that'll just give it a little flicker and stuff. So I mean, that's just enough to get it to kind of look like it's, going back and forth, although this one's not quite. There we go. And then even, so I got F10 to change the layer name, so I'll call that Flames 2, and then the one below it is Flames 1. Alright, cool. So I'll put these back here, and then we'll just try to just do an animation of just kind of the ship that explodes and stuff. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this ship here, so I'll just copy that, and then Control T, tilt it just a little bit, and then there we go. So I'll call this one, 4 ship 1, 4 ship 2, and then I can just cycle off and on with that. All the stuff that has to do with this, ship that explodes and stuff here. We'll put that in another group and just call that explosion. Probably not even gonna have this ship stay in here, so we'll just delete that. And then, these are clouds, so just do cloud 1, cloud 2, cloud 3. You can also hit tab and stuff to go, to the next layer to rename it and stuff if you want to, get your timing up a little bit, while you're rapido. You might play around with the layers a little bit, put the certain ones before or after and stuff, with the control bracket trick, and so this ship kind of looks like, we got the flame layers and stuff, and all that, but, we also have this kind of crew right in the foreground here, so we don't want to have them do too much, but we don't want that to look too static, so got the copy of it here, so we'll just, let's see, Control T, you can go to, transform. So there's a bunch of different transform things. One that I find really good for animation, which I have is F8, is skew. So that kind of moves everything, to the side a little bit, and you might take a few of these and just have them kind of moving around and stuff, or like flip back and forth. So for that, you just Control Shift J, so it's its own layer. I'll just do that for 2 or 3 of them, and went back to the base layer here. This is just a, on this guy especially. Control Shift J. Okay, now that you have those, it's important to make sure you cut them, not copy, and then once you do that, then you copy it. So now you have 2 of them. And you make the second one where, you know, it's, so for this one, actually, I'll just take his arm here and do a similar kind of thing. And you can obviously do this with, you know, pretty small stuff. You know, just tilt that down or something. I'll zoom in a bit to see. So he goes up and down now. And this base layer, we'll just use the clone tool and get some of this kind of background stuff in here. It's not the most amazing thing, but then let's have those, you know, rope guy, and move him back down where he is there. And so now, so rope guy is on the bottom. If I move him on top here, then he moves his arm. So that's one of them. And then these other ones we won't take too much more time with, but this guy, make another one of him. And just get this color here. So make it like his arm is down there now. Guy 2. Alright, and then say we have a third guy. Okay, now this guy, copy him, and then just flip him on the horizontal axis. It's kind of like Paper Mario or something. And then we'll change this guy to, let's say rope guy 3. And that should be it for that. Now we'll open up the animation timeline again. And make sure we move this down. So we have like that. Now, all of these are, you know, A, B kind of cycle thing. So you have the one you're using and then, you know, the other one. So it's important to make sure you set them as either one each time. So we'll start it out like that. And, you know, I like to leave those open, the ones that change each time. Let's see, we'll zoom out here. So we got our crew right here. We'll take these at like half a second. And so now we got the next one. Some of these are kind of hard to see, but it's really the sum total of all of them that makes a difference. The other thing we didn't really do is with the cloud. So start out, we got clouds 2, 1, 2, 3. So we'll have it start out with 1, and then it doesn't have to switch to the next one because that can look kind of abrupt. So we'll have it so the second one, it just goes into take off propagate frame 1, take it like 50%, and then still leave number 1 on so that it's kind of giving it a little bit more gradual of a slide and stuff. And so build the tension a little bit. You got a second in, and then right at 1 second we'll have the explosion happen. So we've got this layer here, which is explosion 1. Take this up all the way. But actually what we could do is have it at a lower opacity right now. We'll make this 0.2, so this will be, you know, quite faster than it was before. When it goes to the second, or when it goes to the 4th frame, now we'll kick this up all the way to 100%, and turn this on. We might actually take this fire and stuff off too, because that will make it more dramatic when it starts afterwards. So 1, 2. That explosion layer is double and stuff, so it goes here. I don't have it completely stop, but make it go a lot smaller here. And it's off. Now it's got flame 1, which those are a little heavy. I kind of want it to be more like a haze kind of thing. And then this flames 2. Flames 1. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so we still got a couple things to fine tune, but also we can take off, Control R as the rulers, Control semicolon as those things, and so we're doing A, B, A, to all our rope people off. Okay, and then switch this guy. Boom. Oh, and then one other thing. This ship that we have right here, 4 ship 1, so it's like that, and 4 ship 2, and 1, 1, let it breathe, and switch, and then, there we go. So this would make a lot more, the sound effects too. Animation is 50% visual, 50% audio, so that kind of gives it a bit more of a kick and stuff, but yeah, actually I think I might do a third part of this, which I'll show you the Siren-y thing, and then maybe we'll make a more finished version of this, but thanks for tuning in and stuff, and I'll try to post some more of this stuff about the hotkeys and stuff, and yeah, agree to do.